Hey everyone, this is DaBeardedXeno, and this is going to be my review for Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 10. Insert stupid name here because I forgot it because it was stupid. It'll be in the video description, it'll be in the name of the video, but the title is so stupid, the rest of them are so stupid, I don't even know it. That's kind of bad. But the episode is not. The episode itself, the structure, the meat and potatoes, brilliant. It is great. I thought it was a great episode. Fortunately, we won't have Surprisingly Dolphin's review score. He will be posting it in the comments if he can. He's out and about, having fun, because he has a life and friends and I don't, so. He missed the first few things, he's going to have to catch it later. So you'll see his in the comments, hopefully. If not, I'll just tell you his score on next week's show. Now we gotta get to the episode. Starts off with Daryl and Beth running as Beth recites a page from her diary, which I thought was pretty emotional. I thought it was pretty effective. I thought it was great. Definitely got me into it. I was like, oh wow. This is her reminiscing of what it used to be, how good they had it at the prison. And now that's all gone. Everything is gone. She's lost everything. And that's gotta be devastating. And you see she's clinging on. She's just like, they find tracks, and she talks to Daryl like, "Whoa, we must find them. We gotta follow them. We got to. I mean, somebody had to survive. There's gotta be some hope." And you could definitely see the desperation in her. And I like how they conveyed that with the character. And then of course Daryl, being Daryl, goes with it. It's like, we're not gonna find anybody. Most of them are probably dead. You know, odds are. You know, I'm a realist, but I gotta be the nice guy, so I'm gonna let you do what you need to do. I'm gonna follow you and protect you, and I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. Which, I like that. I like how characters like that can be strong and be the good guy. Noble characters like this. Well, Optimus Prime is my favorite character of all time. Anyways, off track. And then they ended up at the train tracks. And that's when this episode shifted and did a Pulp Fiction type of thing. We didn't find that out till later, though. To where it goes back in time. During Daryl and Beth's scene, you see they have a area of stomped grapes next to the train tracks. Well, turns out that was Tyrese, the two little kids, little girls. I can't remember their names. The sociopath kids. That's all I know. Yeah, they haven't had too much screen time for me to take initiative, and I really get into it whenever I can watch it in Blu-ray in one sitting, so I won't learn those characters' names until then. I don't know what the character's name. But those two little sociopath shooter girls and Judith. Judith is alive! That's a shocker. That is a shocker. Pretty much everybody thought, oh, well, there's a stroller with blood on it. That was Judith's stroller. She's got to be dead. She dies in the comics. They just didn't want to show her getting killed, so they're just going to offhandedly say, oh, there's a bloody stroller. She's dead. And that's going to be it. Nope. She's back. She's back. So, that was a shocker. That's a love and hate for me. I love that she's still alive, you know, that they didn't kill a kid. But I hate that it's not accurate to the comics anymore. But that's good, that's good. I think it'll be a good dynamic for the show, them having to take care of Judith. She gets to grow up and would get to see her characters react with Carl and Rick, if she survives to meet them. That would suck if they break the canon just long enough so she dies again. But the real sociopath, the little, fuck, what is her name? That's escaping me, but I can't look it up. But she starts covering Judith's mouth because she's crying to hide from walkers. She almost strangles that girl. Right? Tyrese went off to go help another group, and you see that those are the walkers that Beth and Daryl came across. So, Pulp Fiction, it goes back in time, see? Kind of a 400 days element going in this, too. Maybe that's probably what they took inspiration from. They're just like, hey, Walking Dead 400 days. We'll just copy that for our show. But you see Tyrese, he's helping those people, and then the little one, she fires a gunshot, and then Tyrese turns, and all of a sudden you hear Carol's voice, and I cheered. I was like, Carol! Of course, if you watched our review for the mid-season finale, surprisingly, David had some spoilers, and he had these exact spoilers that Judith was alive with Tyrese, and Carol would meet up with Tyrese. Well, he called it. Still didn't mean that it wasn't as impactful as it was. I mean, I honestly didn't believe him. It's like, oh, these are spoilers, random spoilers. You don't believe that much. It'd be cool if that happened, and it did happen. So thankfully, it happened. How many times can I say happened in a sentence? And so Carol is now going to take care of Judith. She's back. That's going to be an interesting dynamic, because it's going to be Carol who killed Karen with Tyrese, who was dating Karen, and he doesn't know. It dawned on me during this episode that the governor attacked right when Rick got back from booting Carol out. So that means she followed him back to the prison, because she admitted that she was at the prison for the end of the attack. What was she planning to do? That's my question. Was she trying to get those little sociopath kids out? That's really interesting to me. I was just wondering, what was she thinking? What was she going to do? Was she going to attack? I don't know if that's in her character or not, but that's definitely interesting. And then we move on to Maggie, Bob, and Sasha. And you see Bob is still freshly shot, tending to his wounds, and Maggie decides she needs to go after Glenn. They knew where they were going because they headed off to the east in the prison bus. Well, they found the prison bus not that far away from the prison, and it's filled with walkers. Filled with walkers. So everybody who was on that bus somehow died. I don't know how that's I'll go into that in the end, but that's weird. And she kills everybody there. There's one that looked like Glenn, and they kind of played it off like, oh, she just killed Glenn. She's crying. And then she started smiling. Like, I could tell because the skin was white whenever she stabbed it, but it was wearing the same shirt and the hair. But they're not gonna kill Glenn like that. Don't buy that stuff for a second, people. Don't buy it. But then it goes to Glenn. I'm trying to make this as fast as I can. I can do an in-depth recap. I'm watching it. It's fresh in my mind. Okay. He goes to Glenn, and he's passed out, and he's still at the prison. What? What the fuck? How's that even? What? He was on the bus. The bus took off when the lesbian chick got on there with him, and she's still at the prison. What? Then why did the bus take off? Why did it go off? I got a theory about that. I want to talk about it in a second. But anyways, he dons the riot gear from season 3 and just goes through a sea of walkers like a badass. That was a cool scene. He meets up with the lesbian chick. I can't remember her name. Sorry, I don't know these new characters yet. And he goes out with her, and that's when she tells him that Herschel died. It didn't dawn on me that he was not awake nor outside for Herschel's death. This was the first instance that he has seen of it. That was pretty... I had not even thought about that. I was like, oh, yeah, he wouldn't know about that. He just woke up and there was gunfire. But of course, the big reveal was a military truck, and it outstepped Abraham and his cronies. That's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to see how that plays in the next week. Can't wait to see where they take that character. And yeah, overall, I gotta say this was a great episode. It had some down moments that I didn't love, but I liked. But overall, I liked it. I loved it. It was a great episode. I loved it. As I just said, great. So that means it gets an 8.5. It is a good episode. Wait, no, good is 7. 8 is great. 8.5 out of 10. Now, to get to my theory. Why did the bus take off? If the lesbian chick got off, and if he got off, like if she, the theory was that she got on, held the driver at gunpoint, told him to go away. But if she was still at the prison, who did that? And how did Glenn get off? When did he get off the bus? I don't. That's a plot hole right there for me. Like I don't know. They gotta explain that. I mean, he just outright said, "Oh, I got off the bus," but he didn't have time. He did not have time. My question is, though, who made the bus go so fast and who killed the people on the bus? That's... We know it's not Lily because she said she was dead. Her, whatever... Lily's sister, the lesbian chick. I'm just going to call her Lily's sister because the lesbian chick's kind of offensive. But Lily's sister said that Lily was dead. And who else could have survived? They killed everybody else in that group. I don't know. That's going to be interesting if they pull that to fruition. If they just leave it there, I'm going to be really disappointed because that is something interesting to me. That is really interesting. What happened to those people? Anyways, this has gone on too long. Gone on far too long. And I need to play more Titanfall. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Hopefully I made this recap as fast as I could. I wanted to go in depth, but I can't because I have a strict time limit that I have to do, and I have to talk fast. When I talk fast, stumble on words. But hopefully you enjoyed this. If you want me to draw it out a little bit longer next time, I will. I'm just trying to make it as fast as possible, and it's hard to talk about an hour-long episode in depth in like 5 to 10 minutes. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and tell your friends because we need to branch out. Nah, I don't care. But yeah, if you liked the video, leave a like. It's that simple. If you disliked it, tell me down below why you disliked it and leave a dislike. It's that simple. That's what it's there for, and yeah, just use it. I'm rambling. I don't know how to end this, so yeah, it's for you.